Oh, how cute! That's nice, considering how delusional you are. Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and here's another review for you guys on this unusual, but really kind of cute and also kind of horrific anime, School Live. This is episode 4 of the 12-part series of this anime. Again, I'll have a link in the description below for where you can watch it for free on Crunchyroll with ads, unless you pay a premium, I believe. But either way, you can see these strange little characters running around avoiding zombies and being partially ignorant about, horrors that await them outside. So, major spoilers ahead, but with that, let us begin. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that the walk through the creepy hallway there, it's very ominous. In this particular episode, whereas last time we focused more on the 3 girls locked up in the school, Yuki, Kurumi, and Risan, this one actually focused more on Miki, because in the previous one, she wasn't locked up in the school with Megane and the 3 girls, so she was somewhere else during the zombie apocalypse, and as we find out, turns out she was at the mall because for some reason zombies like malls. I blame George Romero for that. Ooh, this is quite a nice mall. Not that crowded, surprisingly. What are you laughing about, silly? But essentially the storyline with Miki was that she was out having a time getting a book at the mall with her friend Kei. Like, they were hanging out, having a little bit of fun time in the mall. Then all of a sudden, everything kind of hit the floor. All of a sudden, everything's like, emergency, emergency. They find a dead body in the elevator. It's like utter chaos everywhere. And the girls are essentially forced to hide in the zombie-infested mall to survive. Fortunately, they have a lot of food and water, but obviously it starts to take its toll on them. Well, I see somebody was busy in the elevator. Also, this actually explains a bit of where Toromaru came along. As it turns out, he was the pet of some elderly lady that Kei and Miki ran into at the mall. They said hi to him briefly, and later on they end up actually rescuing him because they were hiding in a clothing store in the back with the dressing rooms, and Toromaru came charging in covered in blood. It wasn't his blood. As it turns out, his owner, the old lady, turned into a zombie, so essentially, Toromaru is now essentially stuck with Miki and Kei, hiding out in the mall from the zombie apocalypse. Fortunately, there's plenty of food for all 3 of them, but as I said, things start to get very tense. That's kind of sad if you think about it. He's just a puppy and he ends up losing his owner, essentially. And as it turns out, Kei decides, very selfishly almost I might add, that instead of hiding in the mall and essentially waiting for help to come, she decides, help's probably not going to come. I want to go outside. I'm going to go outside. There's no zombies blocking the door at the moment. I'm going to go and, try to find help. I'm going to go find help. And Miki is very resistant of it. She's like, no, stay here with me. What am I supposed to do without you? Kei just leaves her CD player, because the girl is obsessed with her CD player, and is like, I'm going, bye-bye, see ya. Just band-aiding her friend like that. Well, technically they're both kind of being a bit stubborn, because it's like, Miki doesn't want to leave, but Kei doesn't want to stay. And it's like, there really should be a compromise with that, but essentially, Kei ends up abandoning Miki in the mall, and we don't know what happened to her. She might very well be dead too, hard to say, because we never see her again in the anime except for the opening song, so... Well, considering what we've seen thus far, that's a big load of bull. It also partially explains why Toromaru doesn't like Miki, because after Kei left, Miki got very angry and yelled at Toromaru, and he kind of remembers that. So he's kind of holding a slight grudge on her because she wasn't nice to him after Kei left. So that's that reason of why it is that Toromaru doesn't like Miki. Not a very good reason, mind you, because it's like, Dogs get yelled at all the time. Half the time I yell at my own dogs when they're bad, and they still come back and love you. So it seems kind of odd that Toromaru would hold a grudge, considering how dogs usually are. But that's kind of how they explain that away. Oh, don't yell at the puppy. He didn't mean anything by it. Oh, so that's why he doesn't like her, because she told him to shut up. Meanwhile, back at the school, it's dealing with the three girls and Megune being trapped, and Yuki just gets this bright idea, because remember, she doesn't realize it's a zombie apocalypse. Her mind just broke like a stick, and she thinks that everything is just normal in school. So she decides, let's go on an outing for a school trip, because that's what we do during this time. And Kurumi and Risan are like, you do realize that with the school live club, we can't leave the school, right? We're stuck here. So she's like, I have a loophole. If it's a school outing, if it's a field trip or something, it's not technically leaving the school. So she goes to run off and get Megune, and then the three girls and the teacher get Megune's car, fighting against the zombie horde, which, again, Yuki doesn't have any clue, and they drive off to go somewhere. Although I found it kind of interesting how Kurumi was the one driving when it's Megune's car, which is again making me think that this Megune that we've been seeing all throughout the show is Bruce Willis. But I guess we'll find that out in due time, because at this point in the story, it's kind of a two crossroads, where it's like Miki is currently in the mall, and the girls are on their way outside of the school. Probably this might be where the three become four. Well, five, I guess, if you count Toromaru, but I'm curious to see where it's going to go. But I'm guessing this is going to kind of explain how Miki ended up in the school live club along with the others. So I'm curious to see where this is going to go afterwards, especially considering it had a very somber ending at the very ending credits, whereas usually it's a lot more cheerful and colorful. So I'm curious to see where this is going to go in the next one. But for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell. Kurumi, I think you know what to do with that shovel. Yeah, show no mercy, girlfriend. And let me know in the comments below what you would like to see me review next. Bye-bye!